for the 270 area code and beyond. I'm Chris Allen. Thanks for tuning in as give you an update on your weather in the 270 area code and around us. And you can see the headlines down at the bottom. We're going to talk about Hurricane Melissa now moving away and into the Atlantic after wreaking havoc. And then a focus on what our weekend is looking like, because I know a lot of you are wanting to get out and go trick or treating with your kids and with your grandkids, and even us big kids wanting to get out there and get some candy and just take part. I think we're going to be okay. It looks like most of this rain that's been hanging around all day today is going to move out just in time for your Halloween festivities. Whatever you've got planned, I think we're going to be okay. Let's take a look at the numbers from today with a high of 57, and that was 10 degrees cooler than normal. 67 is the normal high temperature for October 29th. And look at the rainfall. 92 hundredths of an inch of rain officially at the Bowling Green Airport, where I live now, and almost an inch. And by the way, that 92 hundredths of an inch of rain is a one-day record for October 29th. Never before in all the hundreds of years of record keeping have we had 92 hundredths of an inch of rain on October 29th. So it's record-breaking rainfall, but in perspective, I mean, it is what it is, but it's like it didn't come a flood. It's been raining all day, yes, and we're still adding to the total. But I mean, it's nothing extraordinary, but just that never before on October 29th have we had in Bowling Green 92 hundredths of an inch of rain on October 29th. Little fun tidbit there, just in case. And some of you picked up a lot more than that, I know, and I'm going to take a look at that in just a second. But before we do, let me tell you about why you need a generator. And I'm telling you right now, R&R Controls, our sponsor, has got an incredible deal going. Sales event from Generac. Now, Generac, the number one name in generators, has a sales event going on now through November 7th. So the time is drawing near when this is going to go away. But how about when you buy a Generac generator, you get a free 10-year warranty. Now, it doesn't matter if you get a smaller kilowatt generator for your home, or if you need a big one for your business. Either way, R&R Controls, your authorized Generac generator dealer and installer, can put in that generator, have it running before the bad winter gets here. Did I say bad winter? It could be. From everything that I'm seeing, we could be looking at an active winter. Now, I'm not looking to try to sell generators. I live someplace where I don't need a generator. Okay. So it's not like, oh yeah, they set me up with one and now I'm trying to set you up with one. It doesn't work that way. I do not have one, nor do I need one, because where I live, all of that is taken care of. All right. But if you're a homeowner and you're a business owner, you need a backup generator. You have them for your computers, right? You got a UPS backup for your computer? Yeah, a lot of you do. Those APCs, they're great. But why don't you have one for your whole home or your office or your business? It's the same thing. When you go off the grid, you're going to want power, and you want to keep your business going. You want to keep your household going, have the lights and internet and the TV and computers and everything running when everybody else's power is out. The way you do that is with a Generac generator. So how about with a purchase, you get a free 10-year warranty. to qualifying buyers now through November 7th, and you can finance it right there. Paying for backup power. If it's your pain point, as it says there, then get the Generac credit card and they can set you up with financing. It's not as expensive as you think it is. So give R&R Controls a call and get it set up so that you can have power when no one else has power, and you can keep going. No matter how bad the weather gets, no matter how cold it gets, no matter how hot it gets, it doesn't matter. 270-777-2024 is the number to call. It's right up there at the top of the screen. 270-777-2024. With R&R Controls, you'll never be without. All right, let's go now and check out the latest on Hurricane Melissa before we talk about what's going on here in the 270. The very latest is that it is a Category 1 hurricane with winds of 90 miles per hour. The last update. Here it is, 7:36 on October 29th, Wednesday evening. If you're watching me live, or if you're watching me later, I want to timestamp this, but it is currently, as of this moment, a Category 1 hurricane. And as many of you know, it has been wreaking havoc in its path. Okay, it came through. Of course, it started with the Cat 5 landfall yesterday in Jamaica. There is incredible devastation, as we thought it might be, in Jamaica. Not so much on the east side toward Kingston, but on the west side, Montego Bay and some places there where the eye of the storm went through. Lots of devastation and fatalities, unfortunately. Then Melissa made its path right here through about Guantanamo Bay, and through the eastern part of Cuba, made a second landfall this morning. And now we see the storm has gone a little bit further north and is now crossing through the Bahamas. And it looks like there's an eye wall right there trying to reform after going over land and after coming down to a Category 1 hurricane. It still looks mighty impressive, doesn't it? So it's going across the Bahamas and the Turks and the Caicos Islands. If you've ever been there for a vacation or to visit, you know how beautiful it is. Well, they picked up some heavy rain and gusty winds there. Okay, notice here is Florida back here to the west, and you'll note that there's nothing as far as going toward the United States. That's not happening, okay? We didn't think it would. This storm is going to continue to go north-northeast. But next in line with this storm is going to be Bermuda. And already warnings are going up for Bermuda, the tiny, tiny little island of Bermuda. And you have to zoom in really, really close to see it. St. George's, Somerset, Spanish Point. You guys know, if you've been there, Hamilton, you know, Bermuda is very, very small. And they get in line with tropical storms and hurricanes and things like that. And they are next in line in the next couple of days. The remnants of Melissa, hopefully it won't still be a Category 1 storm, is going to make it there. So, again, a number of fatalities, injuries, devastation, catastrophic in some cases. And we still don't know the full extent of the damage in Jamaica, but it's pretty extensive. All right, let's head back home, shall we? And we take a look at radar, and here we go. Let me fly in here. We zoom into Bowling Green, and we can see that we're still getting some pretty decent rainfall. And we've been getting it all day. I mean, it's been just almost constant. The rain has been somewhat moderate to heavy at times. In fact, we're getting a pretty good soaking right now from Bowling Green and kind of up Interstate 165 and 231 as you head to Morgantown and Butler County. Those yellows there indicating, yeah, we're getting some decent downpours. Nothing heavy, but moderate rainfall. I mean, it's still coming down. We check out the loop here, and you can see that everything is rotating around an area of low pressure. And that low pressure is what is making this unique circulation. Right now, the circulation is just a little bit west of Nashville. So the low itself, the low pressure center, is sitting right about there. So the moisture comes up and over and around, and there's going to be more of that moisture kind of coming around into the rest of tonight and maybe even early tomorrow morning. The low will then move away and push off to the north and east and end up in West Virginia by sometime tomorrow midday or so. But that's why we continue to get a break and then we get rain. Then we get a break and then we get more rain. It's because of that low that sits there by itself, and it's just continuing to throw the rain our direction in a counterclockwise fashion, indicative of those kind of low pressure systems. So let's go now and take a look at maybe how much rainfall some of you picked up today. We go to the Kentucky Mesonet site and we take a look at the numbers. So here we go. Let's go to the rainfall first because I'm curious. Here we go since midnight. Now, some of these are going to be quite impressive. Look at this. So it's kind of hard to see the county outlines, but I'll navigate here for you. This is the Kentucky Mesonet rain gauge, the site, if you will, the center at the National Corvette Museum and the plant, actually. 1.5 inches just today, since midnight. 1.25 inches at the Ag Expo Center on the south side of Bowling Green. Just over 1 inch in Scottsville, just over 1 inch in Tompkinsville, 1 inch and 0.85 in Burkesville, 1.25 inches in Edmonton, 1 inch and 0.4 in Barron County, 1.5 inches, a little more than that, in Munfordville and Hart County, 1.36 Litchfield, Grayson County, 1.5 inches, Morgantown, 1 inch, a little bit over 1 inch in Todd County, Elkton, 1.16 inches in Logan County, Russellville. Now, Franklin, you didn't get as much as some of the rest of us, but still impressive. Still a beneficial rainfall at 0.75 inches. Okay. So some of the heaviest of the rains that fell in Kentucky today were right in here, right around that low pressure circulation, which is still throwing out the rain. Now, what if we go back the last 24 hours? Will it change the numbers that much? Here we go. And it does somewhat, not a whole lot, because most of the day yesterday we had just drizzle. So the numbers don't really change that much, but we can even go back 2 days, which, as you know, Monday we had a pretty good soaking rainfall. So soaking rain Monday, drizzle yesterday, and then soaking rain again today. So let's go last 48 hours the last 2 days, and it changes some. Some of you got over 2 inches of rain. We said 1 to 2 inches, possible, kind of spread out all over the 270, and that pretty much verified. And the good news is it didn't come all at once, which means we didn't have to worry about flooding. So with the pace of the rainfall, we didn't have to worry about that. And here's something else we're not going to have to worry about, and that's drought. Tomorrow, the new drought monitor update will come out, and I bet it's going to show that we are not only totally out of the drought, but even any kind of dry, abnormally dry areas are gone. Everything has been well soaked, and everything is looking much, much better. Winds right now, well, they've been pretty much out of the east all day, but now I'm starting to see a shift in the wind from the north. And everything, as you can see, the arrows, if you can see that circulation right here over southern Kentucky, you can see how the winds east of the low are coming out of the east. And then west of the low, the winds are coming out of the north and a little northwest. That's the circulation, the counterclockwise circulation of the wind around the low pressure system. Pretty impressive. And as that low moves east and northeast of us tomorrow, the winds will be more from the northwest. And that means cooler air is going to take over as we head into the weekend. How about additional rainfall? Well, we're about done. I think if we pick up anything else, it would be very light amounts of a quarter inch, but I don't think we're going to see any more than that. Heavier rain when the low moves up to eastern Kentucky, parts of West Virginia, and Ohio. But the next few days, there's just not going to be that much. We may see a little bit of rain coming in late Saturday night into Sunday morning. This accounts for that. So not much at all. All right, let's move on to the maps. And here's our low, as I mentioned, just west of Nashville. And it's going to follow that like a train follows the tracks. And here are the tracks, that little disturbance, that little wave in the atmosphere. The winds are going to pick up, and they've been a little breezy at times today, but they will really become breezy on the backside of the low pressure system. As you can see, the tighter lines, the isobars, equal lines of pressure tightening up back behind the low. As we get into early tomorrow morning, gradually the rain will come to an end. As we get into the day tomorrow, especially after tomorrow morning, the low departs, moves away, and so does the rain. But look at the breezy conditions here. Winds, like I said, will be coming out of the northwest, 10 to 15 to 20 at times tomorrow. Then they start to relax as we head into tomorrow night. Skies begin to clear from west to east. High pressure begins to take over on Friday. This is Halloween. And here we go, Halloween evening. Looking good. There may be a few clouds. It's going to be a chilly wind, but not cold. There could be a little chill in the air, but I don't think it's going to be anything colder than that. We're talking about 40s, upper 40s, mid 40s as you're out trick-or-treating Friday night. Saturday morning, first day of November. This is showing a little bit of fog, maybe. Cool, damp ground. Maybe a slight warm up on Saturday. Here's Sunday, in between two areas or two centers of high pressure. Here's Monday, pretty quiet. Tuesday, then Wednesday. Not much happening next week. I think much of next week is going to be dry. The exception may be that little bit of light rain that may come in, as I mentioned, late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Beyond that, there's just not going to be much happening. And what about temperatures? Well, I think we're going to be okay. Pretty seasonable, upper 50s, low 60s. Then we start to see some mid and upper 60s, but nothing any warmer than that. And the average high for this first week of November is going to be around 65. So we're going to be right there, a little below it at first. Then we go just a few degrees above the normal high of 65. Overnight lows could be some chilly nights and maybe even a little patchy frost. If skies are clear and the winds are calm on a particular night, perfect setup for some frost. Because some of these 38s and 39s may go more 35, 36. And in some cases, depending on your elevation where you live, you could pick up some frost. So keep that in mind. If you still have some plants outdoors and you're wondering, is it going to be okay if I leave my plants out? For now, it's okay. But on some of those nights coming next week, as you can see, on those particular nights when there's upper 30s, there may be some mid 30s or even low 30s as we adjust the numbers as we get into next week. All right. So, yeah, not a bad forecast. Everything is looking fairly good. And if you're, looking to go trick-or-treating on Friday night, I think we're going to be just fine. It will be just a little bit of a chilly breeze with temperatures in the 40s. Okay, that's all I got. You're up to date. And I will update you again tomorrow, right here at around this time tomorrow evening on Thursday. But you can watch me in the morning on your TV, or some of you I've heard watch me on your phone, which is cool because when you have the News 40 weather app, you can watch. Or if you've got like YouTube TV or Hulu, you can call up WNKY and watch me on your phone. I mean, I have YouTube TV and I love it because I can watch local channels. I can watch our channels, and then I can watch anything else that I want to watch. Weather Channel, Fox News, whatever, CBS, NBC, the whole deal, all of it. And the movie channels and things like that. That's just my preference. I think it works great. But that way, you don't have to watch me on TV. You can watch me on your phone, your tablet, or any other device that gets internet. So I'll be on WNKY News 40 at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning on Sunrise, and then again at 9 a.m., and then again at noon. In the meantime, thank you for watching 270 Weather. Have a great evening, and God bless you.